Dr. Flowers' technique of opening and closing your eyes. Open and close your eyes. Elman uses that. That's a fractionation technique, usually designed to go into hypnosis, okay? So we're going to reverse that to come out of hypnosis by decluttering or deconstructing the trance. We deconstruct it by getting specific with it. So let's do a demo and then we'll do some practice. I've already had a volunteer for the demo. Are you still wanting to do it?
Sure.
Do you have something that we can work on here today? I can't solve all of the things your mother caused. Okay, come on up. But you got something that we can work on here today, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, and it's Laura? Thank you very much, Laura.
Yes.
So what is it you want to change today?
Eating habits.
You want to change eating habits. What eating habit?
Sugar.
Sugar. All sugar is gone now?
That's a little scary to me.
I'm asking. I'm not imposing. I'm asking. Do you want all sugar to be gone? Do you want candy to be gone? And what is sugar? How are we defining sugar?
Sugar is sugar. Any sugar.
Any sugar. Okay, so apples.
Okay, no, you're right.
So I'm curious, is it granulated?
Added sugar. Added like white sugar or even added sugars in food. High sugar food. There we go.
Okay, so how do you know it's a high sugar food?
I look at it.
You look at, so you look at the label or something like that, and yet you want to cut that back, and yet you're still eating those things. Is that right?
Yes.
And you're eating those things because?
I want them.
You want them. Okay. So you're asking me to take something away from you that you really want.
Yes, because I know that I want to have my body be better and feel better.
Okay, so when you eliminate sugar or reduce sugar?
I'm not sure.
Well, how do you know that sugar makes your body feel bad?
My doctor tells me.
Okay, your doctor says sugar's bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that it affects my blood not great. And,
Okay.
I don't want to end up diabetic or type 2 diabetes or anything like that.
I just want to say we're running an away from pain strategy. Are you hearing that? I don't want to be diabetic. I don't want to have these problems going on. So we're running an away from pain strategy. Okay.
Because
good.
I have little grandchildren and I want to be able to be around and play with them and be
So,
able to-
Laura, what's it going to take for you to reduce enough sugar in your diet every day, every week, every month, whatever it is for you to live that good, long, healthy life?
I'd like to not eat it every day.
You'd like to not eat sugar every day. Okay, let's define what that is, because I'm imagining, I'm not in your head, but I'm imagining you a sugar bowl and a bowl of cereal, and I'm dumping a couple of, so I need to know what your definition
More candy or cookies or something like
Okay, where you get the candies and cookies?
that. At the store, yeah, I buy it. So.
And you're buying it because? Do you live alone? Are you married? Are there other people in the house?
I'm married, and sometimes, yeah, it's a little treat for probably both of us, something that, and almost because it's like, if I'm afraid if I don't have it, I'll go make a freaking cake or something and have that, where I could just go have a little piece of something.
Okay, so that's interesting. If you don't have a little piece of something, you'll go make a whole freaking cake.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Oh, well, similar, yeah. I've done
Yeah.
something, yeah.
How many
I
times?
will find it if it's like not, I do something.
Okay, so how do you know to go looking for something?
A craving.
You have a craving. Tell me about that craving. How do you know that you're having a craving?
Ooh, interesting question.
Thank you. That's why I get the big
I
bucks.
can't decide if it's a feeling or a thought, or a little bit of both.
Okay, so let's play with both. So it's a feeling. Tell me about the feeling you get that you call a craving.
My my mouth might water, or I'll think about, ooh, there's that yummy piece of white chocolate right there, and I want to go have that.
Okay, give me a specific time. Tell me a specific time that's happened.
Ooh, a specific time? I can tell you a little while ago, sitting in another class, I knew I had like a piece of licorice there, and I wanted, it's like, ooh, I've got that right there. I can just go grab that.
Okay, and that's a part of you that wanted that licorice or wanted a little something.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And there's another part of you that wants to not have that licorice. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the part that wants to not have it is not important, or?
I justified my way into it.
Tell me about that justification. How'd you justify that?
I'm here, I'm on vacation, I deserve it, I can have this little piece of something. It's not that.
Is that true?
No.
Is that a thought distortion?
Is that what?
A thought distortion?
Oh, yes, I guess it is. Yeah. What? Yes. What do you mean?
Well, I asked you, you said, I'm here, I'm on vacation, I'm entitled to that. I said, is that true? And you said, no, not really. I'm entitled to it. I deserve it.
Well, I do deserve it, but I don't need it. I can have it if I want, and I want it. So.
You can have it if you want. Which do you want more? The pieces of licorice or the long life with your grandkids?
Long life with grandkids.
So what stops
you? Oh my goodness. Almost got emotional there.
So what stops you from thinking about the grandkids?
I have no idea. I don't know.
So just close your eyes for a second. And bring that craving up. Bring that craving up that you talked about. And I'm not sure how that is for you. I don't know if you feel it. I don't know if you see it. I don't know if you hear it. I don't know if it's an itch even. I don't know exactly what it might be. But bring that craving up. And there's just a little something somewhere. Gosh, like little grandkids. I don't know. How old are your grandkids?
My youngest one is 2, and my oldest one is 18.
And the 2-year-old. What's the 2-year-old's name?
Reese.
Reese. And is Reese a little boy or a little girl?
Little boy.
Little boy. And is Reese a little something?
Oh, he's wonderful.
Do you deserve that little something?
I do.
What do you deserve to have with that little something?
As much time as possible.
As much time as possible. And let's imagine for a moment that you're at Reese's high school graduation. Can you imagine that? High school graduation. He's walking across the stage in his cap and his gown. Are you diabetic? You're watching him walk across the stage? Are you alive? You are alive. And you're alive because?
I've taken care of myself.
You're alive because you've taken care of yourself. Let's go all the way back. Go all the way back to Reese being 2. Can you get a good picture of him in your mind?
Yes.
Is he a little bit of something that you deserve a good long life with? And when you need a little bit of something, is there any chance that you might think about Reese?
Yes.
I need a little bit of something. I want a little bit of something. And I'm going to have a lot of something with him. How does that feel to you?
Feels good.
A lot of something with him is a whole lot better than a little bit of licorice, is it not?
It is.
How do you feel about that craving at this point?
I feel like I'd want to reach for something else.
And what are you going to reach for?
An apple.
Do you carry an apple in your purse?
No, but I have one upstairs.
Would you pull it out in a talk and start munching on it?
I would.
Okay. So there you've got the apple. Is there something else that you deserve? It's a little bit of something that you could do for yourself that is good for you and healthy for you. I don't know what. I'm glad that there are lots of things because you could easily pick out one thing that you could have to maybe carry in your purse that would be a treat. I don't know about you, Laura. I know that for me, I like the way scents feel, and I like hand cream that's got the perfect scent for me. And every now and then I can just dip into my purse and put a little dab of hand cream on and I can smell it. I was sitting next to somebody in a talk yesterday and she had one of those little mandarin oranges. Oh, she opened it up and gave me a little piece of the peel. I just scented on that. Oh, it felt so good. I don't know if that would work for you, Laura. You know what might work for you.
Yeah, something like that. Or even just lip stuff.
I wonder when you might buy yourself some lip stuff that you could keep in your purse, and if you want that little bit of something, you could go hog wild and buy a watermelon flavor, you could buy a chocolate flavor, you could buy all sorts of things and have options. I wonder, how might that work for you?
I think that would be fine.
I think it would be fine too. I'm curious about how you think it might work.
I think it would work fine. It would be good.
So now it's important to know when you're going to go buy that little bit of something for yourself. I don't know what it might be. You'll come up with something. That little bit of something that you keep maybe in your purse, that's always handy, that you can pull out when you deserve a change in state. I'm curious. Can you think of a time when you might need that?
When I might need that?
In your futures. A time in your future when you might need that or want that.
Probably traveling home.
Okay. So what might you have on hand traveling home?
I have some with stuff.
Ah, okay. Come all the way back. Come all the way back to the here and now. So, tell me the truth now. How might that work for you? How likely are you to actually buy the lip stuff and give that a good college try?
More likely I actually have it, so I can do that easily. And there's a particular one that I like.
So, what has stopped you from doing that up to now?
I don't know. Thinking I could do it tomorrow.
Thinking you could do it tomorrow. What are you willing to do today for you and your long relationship with Reese?
I'm willing to step away from the liquor, which is actually a big deal. So
That's a big deal. Tell me about that. What do you mean?
it's kind of a thing. We travel with licorice every time my family. We travel with licorice. It's just a fun thing.
So, okay, now I'm imagining that there's going to be some regret or some disappointment. Oh my God, this is a family thing that we can't do anymore.
No, they can do it if they want. I just don't need to.
And will you feel deprived?
No, actually.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
So how did you know that you had a craving? It was just a thought, right?
Yeah.
Maybe a little taste in your mouth,
Yeah.
which that lip gloss is going to do wonders
Yeah,
for,
that's
right?
why, yeah.
Okay. And it was a thought. I wonder if when you think about that being a thought distortion, how that clarifies that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. Because I think if I start thinking about that, I think about Reese.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that interesting?
And as you think about Reese, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Any questions out there?
So you think the answers came from the subconscious?
Where did those answers come from? I didn't know Reese. She wasn't talking to us about Reese before. She was talking to me about getting away from pain. And that's a terrible strategy for what she's doing. So I wanted to help her find a goal that she could go for and give her the leverage, right? The leverage to actually carry out. What are you laughing at? I needed to find, I don't know, but I needed her to find the leverage that would move her into action on this goal that she's got for herself. I don't have the answers. I don't know her life. I don't know if she's got a husband. I didn't know she had grandkids, right? But she knew. So I just had to be curious about what drives her and then help her find the leverage to take the action.
That surprised me.
So where did that come from?
That came from somewhere deep inside of me. That came from a deep desire.
So was that her conscious mind talking or her subconscious mind talking? But how do we get there without a trance? Because it was a trance. You notice we weren't talking about any of y'all. We weren't talking about me. We weren't talking, we didn't, were you even aware that they were out there?
No, I was thinking about what you were asking. I was kind of trying to pull up whatever answers were there.
And do you notice how she's describing that? Right? Oh, but that wasn't hypnosis. Has your belief about the licorice changed?
Oh, that it's necessary, or that it's...
Whatever your belief was.
I think it's a whatever thing. It's not really important at this point. It was kind of important before.
I was going to say it was important enough for you to keep it handy in case.
And so it was, and it's not as important.
So what's going to be changed now?
What's that?
What's the change?
What's the change? I think, well, I can tell you, I don't know what you said, honestly. But even just thinking about that, or thinking about going to have licorice or Reese's, Reese's every time, it's like, okay, so if I did want to go, I see Reese. Or,
So did I give her that suggestion, or did she give her that suggestion?
Well, she has a new understanding now. But she doesn't know
But I didn't need to be the answer queen because I didn't have any of those answers. I was curious about how she got into this trance and how this trance is performing with her. I was just asking her about that. She told me, and she deconstructed it all. As a matter of fact, I'm guessing, I don't know this for sure, Laura, correct me if I'm wrong, but as she was telling me about, well, it was there, I deserve it, that already she was going, that's what? As you were saying it to me out loud, were you developing a different belief about
well,
your
I felt
reasoning?
like a 2-year-old when I was saying it out loud. It's like, oh my goodness,
grandchild. Yeah.
give me my candy, you know.
Did I have to tell her any of that? No, because she's already in her own trance. I didn't even need to find out. Well, I could have asked her, well, what does that make you feel like? A 2-year-old, I need my candy. We could have gone with that metaphor. We didn't need that. She had already worked that out in her own mind. Does that make sense? And she worked out her own solution, which is the best solution because there's no resistance to that. How can she resist that? It's her idea.